Thank you so much for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. We are a conscious talk show to learn about self empowerment, the law of attraction, creating financial abundance, natural health, and metaphysics. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Awakening with Katina Love. Today, our special guest is Risaria Langley from the UK. Her company is Feeling Fabulous Films Limited. And today we're going to talk about being in the writing space. Her website is www.risaria.co.uk. And you spell that is Risaria.co.uk. Rosaria, thanks so much for being a guest today. How are you?
Very well. I'm pleased to be with you.
Awesome. You as well. I've been looking forward to this segment for a while. How are things going?
Me too. Oh, my Christmas tree earrings just fallen off there, so I've been
Oh,
getting.
awesome. So, what part of the UK are you in?
I'm in the northeast, a place called South Shields, and it's near to Scotland.
Awesome. Beautiful. So, what's the weather like?
Today's been really sunny. It's been a
Oh,
beautiful day today. Yeah.
don't you love it when the sun comes out? I'm here in Michigan and the sun has just been shining all day long. I went out for a walk and it was a little cold, but it was sunny and I'm happy about that.
Yes, I went down to the beach, which was really good.
Awesome. Awesome. So, how long have you been a writer?
I started writing in 1997. Uh,
Okay.
Um, uh, I'd had an illness, and as I was spending a lot of time in bed, I thought, I always said if I had time, I'd write. And I started writing and joined a writing group, um, which was mainly women who were very successful children's writers.
Mm-hmm.
I realized quite quickly that what I was interested in writing was scripts and screenplays. And so I started with those. And it's only relatively recently I've started writing books.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, what are some of your favorite things to write about?
I write now, I like to write more uplifting things. I started off writing a lot of crime thrillers, and I did an MA in script writing, and I was getting a lot of interest. I was winning awards and getting interest, and I just realized it wasn't what I wanted to write.
Mm-hmm.
Felt so dark, and sometimes when I was writing, I could feel I was going into that energy, especially writing crime thrillers.
Can
um,
imagine.
I started doing work with Abraham Hicks when I was at I was a finalist in a film festival in Colorado in America. And I came over to that. My company paid for me to go. And I met some amazing women there.
Wow, how fascinating.
It was really wonderful. In fact, the director of the first Shrek film was in that film festival as well. So
Wow, that is so awesome.
it was great meeting all these wonderful people. And one of them introduced me to Abraham Hicks. It was a woman, a friend of mine who lives in Long Beach, California. And when we were driving in the car, she would play Abraham Hicks tapes. And I got really interested in law of attraction. That was when the first time I'd heard of law of attraction,
Yeah.
the very first time. And listening to some of their talks changed the way I approach writing. And I decided
Wow.
that I wanted to feel, to really enjoy the writing journey more. And I also wanted to feel more uplifted and joyful with my books. They still have a lot of they still have contrast in them, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the general. I want it to be a journey where you come out feeling more uplifted.
Absolutely. Awesome. Can you share with us what it means to be in the writing space?
For me, I was just talking to a client of mine earlier, just before this session, this interview, and we were talking about that, and we were saying it's the best thing because last night I suddenly went to bed at 5 o'clock. I just thought I need to go and sleep, and I woke once for a drink of water, and then I didn't wake till 4 o'clock in the morning, and my hands were tingling, and
Wow.
I could feel I was ready to write, and the story was coming through, and so
Wow.
I started writing the third book in my dragon trilogy because I've written a dragon book, Death of the Dragon Keepers,
Mm-hmm.
which is on Amazon, and I've just finished, and I'm busy publishing on Amazon the second one in the trilogy. But today I was,
Congratulations.
thank you. My intention was to go to the library and publish it, but the urge to write was so strong. I
Mm.
decided to go with that, and I even missed my swim this morning because I was writing, and I just go with the flow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tingling and exhilarating, and my client friend was talking about this because she had actually not been able to. She's an award-winning children's author, and she'd not been able to write for 17 years. And she came on
Wow.
the Turkey workshop because she said, I really want to move beyond this. And
Mm-hmm.
she's in the flow now. And she's just, I was getting an update on, she started writing a new book when she was in Turkey. And she could see the whole trilogy. She could see where it's going, and she actually started writing it down, and it's really happening now. And she was describing a new character has come to her, and she said normally when she writes she doesn't get the theme till she's done the first draft, but she's
Wow.
already the theme of the book. And this is the way I work is with the energy of the story. I create what I call a constellation, and that helps you to get the overview of it as well.
I see.
And it's so beautiful being in the zone.
It
It's
is beautiful being in the zone. And
tingling.
speaking about being in the zone, because I'm a writer and an author myself,
Yes.
I never thought I'd be a writer. I never even planned on it. And when you say about getting in the zone, what I do is when I have that desire to write, like as a writer, it's like you write a book and then, you release your book and then you write another book. It seems like you never stop writing. And
Yeah.
for me, it's like I'm on my third book now and I can see many more books after this.
Yes.
But being in this space, so when I'm desiring to write, I go in like, I have like a certain group of like songs, like tracks that I play on YouTube that helps me to be in that energy. And that, how do you feel about playing music in your space as you write? How do you relate to that?
I sometimes play music, and
Hmm.
often it's most recently I've been playing Diva Primal,
I
and
love her.
yeah, me too. And Snatam Kaur.
Hmm.
I love all their music. Those mantras really get me into a great space.
Oh yes, don't they? They really do. And they ramp up your energy too, and it like keeps you in that flow.
Yeah,
I just love it.
yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel other people who are desiring to write, what steps would you give to them to get started?
Well, tend uh, I tend to do an exercise with writers, which I call stepping into character, and it's where stand and you breathe and you focus, and you say to yourself, I'm the writer.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pick two of your characters and you have them standing in front of you, and you ask one of them a question, and then you step into their shoes. And it can be very powerful, this, because I find that you take on the posture of the character.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And you can then have a dialogue between the character A and the writer, and character A and the other character, and then you step into the other character's shoes. So that's quite a good one to play with.
That's awesome. That is really cool. What about, so are you speaking of, do you do like mostly like nonfiction or fiction?
I do both.
You do both. Okay.
Yes, I'm doing fiction. The Dragon books are a coming of age trilogy, and I'm finding that adults are liking them as much as children are, young adults.
That's awesome.
But I've written a book called How Does It Get Even Better Than This? The Abraham Hicks phrase.
Right.
And that's with a publisher at the moment, but I thought that things had gone very quiet, and I'm just had the good news from him last week that he's actually been very ill. He's been having treatment for cancer for over a year. And now he's suddenly got the all clear, which is great, because a month ago the news wasn't good.
I see.
So I'm very happy about that, and he's really, really eager to get back into his publishing business next year. So
That's beautiful. And who is this you're speaking of?
A publisher called Wed Zebra.
Okay.
Yeah, who are based in the UK.
Awesome. What are some other things that you want to share about writing and being in that space?
I'd like to share about how it's savoring the writing, and I'm enjoying my writing more and more. It's like my colleague said, she's loving her book and loving her writing, and that's what I'm doing now. It's the days when I used to sort of pace round and be hypercritical have changed, because I feel that when you get into the zone and you enjoy what you're doing, it comes across to the reader as well. And I'm also creating artwork from it. In fact,
Awesome.
I've got a picture that I made, because I often do a picture of the characters or a scene, and that one of them has been selected to go on exhibition tomorrow evening. In fact, I'm taking it to the Royalty Theatre in Sunderland, and it's
That's awesome.
it's the first time they've shown they've had an exhibition there, and so I'm quite thrilled that mine has been picked for the first picture hang.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations again. So can you share with us all the services that you offer and what it is that you do? I know you did reach some retreats with women this year, and can you just kind of share with us everything that you do?
Yes, I do. I do group retreats, and I have a retreat coming up in February in northern Norway, which is a really beautiful island. And
Wow.
I was just on a call to my friend who lives up there, and she said that one of the things that people enjoy is it's so intimate, the solace there, because it's an island that it's just increased by one inhabitant to 76 inhabitants.
Oh, wow. Okay. In
And
Norway?
in Norway, it's in the
Wow.
circle, yes. And it's so beautiful, and the wildlife is so gorgeous. The air, in fact, they had the water and the air are so clear that one of the islanders had a visitor who was an American who took a
Mhm.
water sample back and said they'd never had done a test on such clear water.
Wow.
It's the clearest water they'd ever tested.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it tastes absolutely beautiful. The water here is great, but there it's something else.
That's awesome. That's
And
one of the things I dream of is living in a place where the water is absolutely clear and pristine and the air as well. You know, clean air is so vitally important to us.
it is. And when I was there 4 years ago, we did a write. I did a writing session with some of the people who were doing. We were doing a spiritual training, but I actually did some writing sessions with people.
Mhm.
And the creativity that came forward was incredible, and I think it's helped by the whole energy of the place because
Mhm.
the Northern Lights have a very special energy.
They do. Yeah, I
And
always
even
hear
when
about
you can't,
those.
yeah, and even when you can't see them, you can. I could feel them. You could just feel it.
Wow, that is amazing. That's a
And,
blessing to be over near there.
and while you can't guarantee the lights, you
Mhm.
guarantee weather, and the freshness of the air and the clarity of the water.
That's amazing.
And snow, lots of snow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's
Any
beautiful.
last thoughts that you want to share?
Yes, I like you. Somebody said, "Oh, that's so far," um, and I think sometimes it's not just the distance; it's
Mhm.
the mental step.
Yeah.
And so I do one-to-one coaching as well,
Mhm.
including online. And some people find that an easier step.
Mhm.
So it's, and what interests me is working with people who have something you want to say, a message, and to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
Um, yes.
'Cause
And it's like I was saying today, I did a Facebook post because today I made the perfect gravy.
oh, awesome.
Best I've ever made. And I really enjoyed
wow.
gravy. And I did one thing different. I put a
Mhm.
bunch of thyme under the chicken.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And I just thought, that's the same with writing.
Mhm.
Sometimes it can be just one little thing you tweak.
Mhm.
This is what I think with my clients. One of the women who came to Turkey, she said she just wanted to chill out and relax.
Mhm.
She didn't think that she could write a book. She
Wow.
didn't think what she said, because she's got a scientific background. She said she felt that the way she works with energy couldn't be put into words,
Wow.
but she did, and she
That's
came up with
beautiful.
it. And sometimes it just takes, you know, a little, another, a little ingredient, a little tweak, because I believe in empowering people,
Mhm. Absolutely.
enabling them to take the ingredients and to use them themselves. And
Yeah.
sometimes, and that's why I keep in touch, because sometimes people need a little more adding. One of the writers said, right, I'm coming on another constellation workshop. Her writing's going well, but she'd like a little more spices and input.
Yeah, I get that.
Someone else wants more hand holding. So yeah, but well, it's the way I've changed as well, because my first book, I had an editor, but now
mhm.
I didn't need an editor this time. I'm focused
Wow.
on doing it with my higher self.
Okay.
Um, and I've found Abraham's approach to writing very helpful. But all those people who've helped me along the way, those coaches I've used, I've taken on board their information and their helpfulness, and
Mhm.
it's just helped me take it to another level.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So if someone wants to work with you, what's the best way? Do they just visit your website? Can they reach out to you on Facebook?
Facebook is the easiest way to get hold of me.
Okay,
Um, I'm on there on my Facebook page, which is Anne Risaria Langley. And
beautiful.
I realized I'd hesitated to put the meaning of, because Risaria is my spiritual name,
I love that name.
and I do, and I've put my full name on because my family use Facebook as well,
I see.
and my mother won't doesn't want to call me Risaria, and I don't blame my brother. Neither do my brothers.
I understand.
However, I realized that um, my spiritual name means Queen of Delight.
I love it.
And that's the way I want to work with people. It's helping them enjoy the delight of their journey.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love that. I love that so much.
yeah.
Well, thanks again, Rosaria, for being a guest on Awakening with Katina Love. It has been a pleasure.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And thank you for tuning in to Awakening with Katina Love. Namaste.